Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammadin kama tuhibbu wa tarda bi an tusalli alayhi. With the grace of Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the special blessings of our Master Shaykhuna Al-Qutb Sayyid Abul Husayni radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Inshallah, in this Majlis Sharif you can see the Nasir Sharif on the topic of daily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reciting Salawat Sharif upon Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So in Quran Sharif ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealing about the gorgeous superiority of Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In the ayat Sharif particularly, Inna Allahu wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. In each and every harakat of Quran Sharif ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has filled the Quran Sharif ayat, Quran Sharif letters with letters, words, sentence, everything with the honor of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam only. So in particularly in this ayat Sharif, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala extremely ultimately showing the honoring methodology of honoring manner of Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordering the mu'mins. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordering the mu'min to honor Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordering the mu'min to recite Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealing such a wonderful thing which we cannot see in any other ayat Sharif. So which we cannot see in any other ayat Sharif. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed the thing only in this ayat Sharif only. So before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has giving the order to his slaves, that to be his own slaves. That to be his own slaves, those who are in the circle of rahmat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for this particular peoples, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now giving the ijazat, now giving the permission and making them to giving the order that they have to honor Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They have to recite Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Before this order, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu. Promisingly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his angels, they are reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Yusalluna ala nabi. They are reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So for example, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordering the mu'mins, Muslims and the mankind creations to do some such things. So for example, Aqimis Salat wa Atuz Zakah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordering to perform the prayer, to give the zakat. So in this issue, in this matter and all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not informing that I am doing such a thing, so you also do the things so which I am doing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala haven't informing in this manner. But in this ayat Sharif, while informing about the Salawat Sharif, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has saying that he is doing this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the infinite God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Subbuhun Quddus, is the purest one, is the infinite God. So and his angels are also masumins. They won't commit any sins. They won't commit any sins in any period. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made all the Nabi, all the Rasul as the masumin, same like this, the angels are also masumins. They won't commit any sins. So in this manner, the angels also reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Only the purest people. So that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has saying that Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Those who are getting the chance of reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turning them as a mu'min. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has turning them as in the purest form. So only the purest people can recite Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Only they can get the characteristics of, only they have the passion of honoring Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So with the madad of, with the help of our master Shaykhuna al-Qutb Sayyid al-Husaini radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, mashallah, previous 3 to 4 weeks we are seeing the tarif of the Salawat Sharif only. So first in the previous weeks we are seeing the how the daraja of, how the one person getting the daraja of reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how when he recites Salawat Sharif on the day, particular day of Friday, when he hits, how he getting the benefits out of this, how he getting the benefit out of reciting Salawat Sharif on the day of Friday, how we have to honor the holy birthday of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that means the Monday. So these are all the things we are getting the knowledge from our master Shaykhuna al-Qutb Sayyid al-Husaini radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. So in this continuity, now we are getting the knowledge of how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Previous week we had seen the importance of the benefits of the daraja of Salawat Sharif. So in this today's topic we are going to see about the how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So inna Allah wa malaikatahu salluna ala nabi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has using the word as salluna. So in Hadith Sharif we can see that man salla alayhi wajabat lahu shafaati. Those who are reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they will compulsory get the shafaat of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So shafaat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the chance to include in the companion of the peoples, those who are getting the shafaat of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to include us in the companion, those who are getting the chance of getting the shafaat sharif of Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So those who are reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, they are getting the chances. They are getting the chances of Salawat shafaat of Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So in this Hadith Sharif, we can see that the sentence coming as Man Salla alayya. That means Salla, those who are reciting Salawat Sharif. If one who recites Salawat Sharif, the shafaat will be made compulsory upon him. One who recites Salawat Sharif means shafaat will be compulsory on his name. So if he does something, he will get this benefit. So it denotes that Salla, it denotes that past tense, prefixed one. If he do something, he can get this benefit. So we can clearly get the idea as the Salla will denote the tense as past tense. So another we can see that Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. In this we are using the word as Salli. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. So Salli means, Ya Allah, our master, our Ejaman Shaykh Sayyidina Al-Qutb Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, we recite Salawat Sharif. We are requesting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to recite Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So that means we are requesting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to recite. Instance, we are requesting. After that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So this means Salli. This means mentioning the future tense. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. So we are requesting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to recite Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But in this ayat Sharif, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has saying that how he is reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu salluna ala nabi. This in this ayat Sharif, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has denoting as Sallu. Sallu means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in present tense, in each and every moment. Each and every moment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reciting salawat sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He is not saying that he will recite salawat sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He is not exposing like this. He is not exposing like that. He had said salawat sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He is not informing the salawat, the daraja of the valuation of salawat sharif, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said the salawat, has recited the salawat sharif, will recite the salawat sharif. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala haven't revealing like this manner. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that him and his angels are reciting salawat sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam at present. At present, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying salawat sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So we have to see who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in Quran Sharif ayat, Inna shirka la dhulmun adhim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't accept anything to be equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one should consider anything as equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's characteristics. Inna shirka la dhulmun adhim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that in this manner, if anyone thinks, means anyone sees, means it will be the big injustice, biggest injustice. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't make anything comparable. Nothing is equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing is equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one particular moment in the life history of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. One particular moment in the life history of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. Nabi Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salatu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted full power to Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. Has given the control over the air, control over the animals, birds, etc, etc. Everything, maximum thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given control to Sayyidina Nabi Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam. Has the power to control all such things. So Nabina Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam has one wish, one thought, that he Allah to the Darbar Sharif of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam has requesting, pleading to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him the chance to give food to the creations for one day. For one day, Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam has the thought to give food to all the creations for single day. So for this wish, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepting. Okay, so Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has giving the ijazat, permission to Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam to give food to the creations. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that, so initially you start the activities with the, you go to some places, go to some seashore, in that place one fish will be waiting for you. You just feed to him. You just feed to the fish first, and you just started doing it. So Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam has taking the food from the Darbar Sharif of Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salam, from the treasury of the kingdom, in the kingdom of Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, and going to the place where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the order. So, and the fish was also waiting over there. Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, by reciting Bismi Sharif, as starting to feed the fish. So asking to the fish, it's enough for that. So he is saying, I need more. All the things were coming from the treasury of Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam from sunrise to sunset. From sunrise to sunset, the incident was going on. Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam is asking whether it's enough for that. No, I need something more. I need something more. The fish was requesting to Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam, and Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam also feeding. At last, only Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam has the thought, and has made the sujood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and recited as Anta Razzaqul Mateen. You are the only one who can give food to all the creations. You are the only one who has the ability, who has the power to give food, to rizq to all the creations. So what we can understand from this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala won't make anything equal to the characteristics of, to the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is revealing that inna shirka la dhulmun adhim. So this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, while coming to the topic of Salawat Sharif, how he is making himself, how he is revealing himself, how he is exposing himself to the slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I am doing it, you just follow me. I am reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Just follow my order. So nothing is equal to, nothing is comparable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making himself equal to those who are reciting Salawat Sharif. He is ordering the slaves of own slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is giving the biggest chances to the mu'mins to recite Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So in the period of Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salam, another one incident, this incident was also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has narrating in the Surah An-Naml, the incident of ants. So ant and their team members on particular moments, they are going on the pathway, ant and their companions. So the head ant, the ant's leader, saying to the other ants, other team members, that Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam and their troops were coming over this pathway. So you just all ants, let them go to your cottage. Go to in Quran Sharif, this ant is using the verse as maskan, cottage, maskan. So ordering to all the ants that they have to go to their particular cottage. So even the ant has the thought of safeguarding other ants, safeguarding their team members. Even the ant has the thought of safeguarding their team members, safeguarding their community, passing out the information as that Nabina Sulaiman alayhi salatu wasalam is coming in this path, and their troops are also coming in this pathway. So we have to safeguard ourselves, so that way we can go to our own homes. So even the ant, the insects, even the animals has the thought of safeguarding their community themselves. They are sharing the informations. So, but we are in the creations of topmost creations, mankind creation. So we don't have such a character. We don't have such a character. If we had something benefitable in our life, if we had something extraordinary, something making our life more benefitable, we would like to share such a thing to other people. Never. We won't share such a thing to other people. We had the thought that if we share that things to another people, that he will also become superior, that he will also become more prosperous. So we should not reveal the thing. We are in the characteristics of thinking on our own selves only. We don't think to other team members, other peoples, to safeguard from the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's anger. So the ant has the thoughts. Ant has the thought that to safeguard its community, safeguard the team members, groups from the danger. So Islam is nothing but teaching of good characters. And who is entering the Islam, he should follow the pattern what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given. Means sense, he had to be in the good characters. He should help others, etc., etc. He should follow the manners how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us to do. So Islam is nothing but teaching of good characters. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given such a wonderful opportunity, that making himself equal those who are reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we are reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, obviously we are in the team of, we are in the Jamaat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at present reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are doing the tarif of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam Salawat Sharif, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has making this much precious. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making Salawat Sharif as this much precious. So Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has giving importance to more and more importance to knowledge only, because we are unaware of something, but we are doing something, means it won't be creditable much more than those who have the knowledge. If we are reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but we don't have the knowledge of how the value of Salawat Sharif, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala how has made the Salawat Sharif much more precious. We don't have knowledge, means the benefits, the credits we are getting now, we should must we get the benefit, that's the another thing, but the credit valuations will differ, those who are having the knowledge, those who are not having the knowledge. So Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has giving importance to the majlis of, has giving importance to those who are in search of knowledge. Those who are in search of knowledge. In one particular incident we can see this. So one student has learning from his master, but the student was little bit backward. He cannot understand such a thing in a short manner. In short period he cannot able to understand such a thing. So he is also trying to understand, but he cannot able to reach to that point. So he is also requesting to his co-members, co-students to teach him what the Ustad has taught to them. So even that students also teaching to this student, but even though he cannot able to understand, but he is thinking more worrying about himself. He is more worrying about himself, his own status, that he cannot able to have the knowledge of what Ustad has teaching to him. So in one Asr moment, after praying Asr, he was crying sitting on the masjid. So he was crying. At this time, one child has come over there and said that one holy person was waiting over there, and he is calling him. So the student haven't considered this verse, because he is in worry, he is in sadness. The words haven't entered to his mind. So he is crying. Second time also the child was approaching this student and saying that some holy person has calling him. So after this, he is getting the voice. He is hearing the voice as O Sa'duddin. The student name was Sa'duddin. So the incident was happening in Tastafan. In the place of Tastafan only the incident was happening. So the student was hearing the name as hearing the voice as O Sa'duddin. Is hearing his name. So while he is turning and he is getting up and seeing that such a beautiful note, such a beautiful brightness, he haven't dreamed before. He haven't seen that's a different thing. He haven't dreamed himself before like that. Such a beautiful brightness he is seeing over there, and he is approaching towards the holy person, and he is giving the respect to the holy person and asking that please your goodness, asking the good name of that person, holy person. So for this, the holy person was replying as Ana Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The brightness, the nur was Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Rauf Rahim Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has giving the appearance to the student, those who are in search of, those who are worrying about himself, that he cannot be able to learn something in the Islamic Shariat, Islamic matter. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has blessing this student by doing the Mu'anaka Sharif and giving the emitting the holy salawah of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and feeding to Sayyidina Shahaduddin radiyallahu ta'ala. Sayyidina Shahaduddin radiyallahu ta'ala. After this incident, after this moment, Sayyidina Shahaduddin radiyallahu ta'ala who has reaching the daraja that all the ustad from whom the Sayyidina Shahaduddin radiyallahu ta'ala who has learned from the student, all the ustad was now seeking, all the ustad was now learning from the student Sayyidina Shahaduddin radiyallahu ta'ala. So his status has changed with the Nisbah Sharifah, with the Shuhbat of 1 second Shuhbat of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was also giving importance to the person, those who are seeking, those who are in the mentality of learning something in the Islamic matter, Islamic religions matter. So all the alims, those who are learning, those are in the courses, alim courses, they will compulsorily learn one kitab, Sharul Aqaid. This kitab was written by Sayyidina Shahaduddin radiyallahu ta'ala. So why we are stating this incident is, why we are highlighting this incident is because the knowledge is this much importance. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has given much more importance to those who are seeking knowledge. So we had seen that inna Allahu wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordering to the mu'min, before ordering to the mu'min, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his angels reciting salawat sharif upon that to be in the present tense. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealing. Each and every moment Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying salawat sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So in widened manner, in deepest manner, we have to think about this. Means in the Holy Mi'raj Sharif incident, in the Holy Mi'raj Sharif incident, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Sayyidina Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, so holy meetings. So while the meetings was happening in the Arsh Mala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam now has entered the Arsh Mala, and in Arsh Mala between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, there were 70,000 screens. There were 70,000 screens over there, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has crossing one screens and approaching last screen. So the distance between the one screen from another screen is 70,000 years. Same like this, 70,000 screens were there. So at the last screen, when Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has reached, at this time Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has hearing the voices to wait for some time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has requesting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam to wait for a while. So after saying this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has informing the reasons. The reason for why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam to wait for a while. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in his own ibadah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in salah. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Ra'uf Rahim Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has the thought, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be in salah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Ma'bud. There is no necessity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to worship something. There is no one other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give orders to the creations, to give order. So how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be in salah? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealing himself, exposing himself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has reciting salawat sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam only. even though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making this incident to be happen? He is exposing himself. He is exposing himself to the slaves of Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to understand the valuation of Allah's Nur Rahmatul Alamin Raufur Rahim Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and the daraja of Salawat Sharif. So without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exposing himself, how we can understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only has to inform to us that how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's power, nature, everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only has to inform to us. Sayyidina Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam only has to teach to us. So for this only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has making this incident to be happen, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was in his own ibadah. Was in own ibadah. So inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has giving the chances of reciting Salawat Sharif, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has giving the chances to include in the Jamaat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If he is giving the chances to us to recite Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he is giving the chances to honor Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam in our lifetime, means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has giving us the biggest opportunity in our life to be in the activity what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was doing. To be in the activity what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was doing each and every moment. Not only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has making his purest angels also. If the angels not reciting Salawat Sharif, means they won't be in the category of angels. They won't be in the category of angels. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala making himself equal in the matter of Salawat Sharif. In the matter of Salawat Sharif. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has giving us the biggest opportunity. So all the sacrifices of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, awliya ikram, all the sacrifices of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their characteristics, their attitude, if you are approaching the sacrifice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, we are learning from our master Shaykh Al-Qutb Sayyid Baba Al-Husayni radiyallahu ta'ala. What they are teaching, what their aim, they are teaching about the Muhabbat-e Muhammadi, in which the Iman lies. In which the Iman lies, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has filled the Iman. Their focus are to learn the things which is more important in the Darbar Sharif of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has insisting his slaves to do, to perform. So all the sacrifice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will motivate the peoples. They will motivate the people to know to get the knowledge of, to be in the pathway of loving Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, honoring Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, respectful in the Darbar Sharif of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, obedience in the Darbar Sharif of Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That is their characteristics. If he has to know something in the list of sacrifice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, means that their characteristics, how they expose their characteristics, they will motivate the people, they will motivate the students, they will motivate the communities to focus on the pathway of loving Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So even the awliya ikram, even the sacrifice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will teach the peoples, they will teach their student from the Qabr Sharif also, from the inside the Qabr Sharif also. Even in the inside the Qabr Sharif also, they will teach their students. So this one incident was happening over there. Shaykhuna Nur Muhammad Zanzanavi, Shaykhuna Nur Muhammad Zanzanavi radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, his the student was radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, student was Haji Imdadullah. Sabiri radiallahu ta'ala, whose master was Shaykhuna Nur Muhammad Zanzanavi radiallahu ta'ala. So this Shaykhuna Nur Muhammad Zanzanavi radiallahu ta'ala anhu has teaching to Sayyidina Imdadullah Sabiri radiallahu ta'ala anhu from the Qabr Sharif. From the Qabr Sharif, Sayyidina Nur Muhammad Zanzanavi radiallahu ta'ala anhu has teaching to Sayyidina Imdadullah Sabiri radiallahu ta'ala anhu from the Qabr Sharif. Which kitab? Masnavi Sharif. Masnavi Sharif, Sayyidina Nur Muhammad Zanzanavi radiallahu ta'ala anhu has teaching to Sayyidina Imdadullah Sabiri radiallahu ta'ala anhu from the Qabr Sharif. That means even in the Qabr Sharif also, from the Qabr Sharif also, they are teaching there, they were giving the practice to love Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to honor Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has doing the things. Because each and every moment Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has performing the activity of honoring Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and giving the biggest opportunity to us to recite Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we are getting the chances of reciting Salawat Sharif upon Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam means, so how is possible to happen some such wrong things in our dunya, in our life, in dunya and akhirat? We are in the pathway of, we are in the companion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So how it's possible to have such a loss in our life? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to give more chances to honor Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to get the more knowledge about Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to succeed in our life, both in dunya and akhirat. Wa ma tawfiqa illa billah.